Hey there. I just seen Scrapbook 253 and something about Scrapbook 253, and this is where subtle hints come in. Um, I ain't got nobody watching yet. Probably somebody else streaming and talking about where warm waters halt and the home of Brown is all they ever talk about. It's all they ever talk about, where warm waters halt and home of Brown. Yeah, they're all confused, and you ain't gonna learn nothing there. Is this gonna work when I do this? I got to do the lights out, and maybe it'll work better. I don't know. This screen is too bright. It's too bright. My other screen is glaring on it. Okay, so who we got watching now? um, Forrest Fenn has Scrapbook 253 out, and somebody had wrote him telling about living in Yellowstone, and he worked at his father had a market there, and Forrest was working at the Skaggs market. Need more light for now. So Forrest was working at the Skaggs market and all this. Hey, Captain Marvel, you got something, another captain I'm going to talk about. Yeah. So anyhow, I had this set up to play, and while I was trying to set up the video to stream and stuff, and I had this thing set at I better look at the time. 1:28. 1 hour and 28 minutes into this movie I'm going to show. Anyhow, well, I had three and it went down to two. Who came in and went away, and all they did was, yeah, it's Bill, and they signed off. And I haven't even discussed what I'm going to discuss yet, and they already learned all they need to know, and they're gone. Yeah, they're a bunch of retards on. So, if you watch Cow and all these, they're just all they got is Homer Brown. We'll talk about Homer Brown, Homer Brown, Homer Brown, but they can't figure out who Brown is. Even though I told them it's David Jennings Brown and stuff. But anyhow, Forrest talks about Frank Forrest. And where's he mentioned the part I want to get to? The frequency is that he was selling paper. Oh, that's Frank. Oh, Forrest. Oh, okay. Okay. And Forrest is Frank. I don't remember that Stern name, but apparently the guy never went into the market where Forrest worked. His father, Skaggs, where Forrest worked, because his father owned his own little market, won't let him go to the big time grocery store. So anyhow, but Forrest talks about. Yeah, had to play a second of that so that the thing doesn't revert back to the beginning again. 1 hour and 28 minutes into this movie. Okay. But it goes on here, and in the scrapbook, Forrest says, in 1938, I was 8 years old. So it was in the 40s that I worked in the market. One time, Wallace Beery came in. He was a famous movie star who I recognized, and the uncle of Noah Beery Jr., who was more famous in the movies. Wallace wanted to buy some 22 caliber bullets, which were rationed during the war. I wouldn't sell them to him because he didn't have any coupons. That made him really mad, and I thought he was going to hit me, like the cowboy with the black hat, right? Skippy saw there was trouble, and he came running over with a broomstick in his hands. Mr. Beery Barry, he says here, but up on top he spells his name correctly, which is Beery, Beery. And down here in the other part is he spells it with Berry. He calls him Beery and Beery. He spells it correctly, and then he intentionally spells it wrong. The berries and stuff. And you know who Wallace Beery is? Wallace Beery is Long John Silver.
He's gone. Turn a ghost on the lawn. Hold fast, Flint's face.
Flint's face. Flint's face.
If those be his eyes, why that be his nose. It says here.
That's Wallace Beery.
Nose to the toes points the way to the treasure. From the nose to the toes.
And there's a skeleton hanging in the tree.
Let's run for the boat. Why, you blind sheep?
So this is Wallace Beery, who came to, and Forrest wouldn't sell Long John Silver any bullets. Hey, that would get great. And that's why he talks about Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd is a subtle hint to Long John Silver. Are people that dumb? And it was about the shape, the rock, the face in the rock. That then, if those be his eyes and that be his nose, why the nose to the toes points the way to the treasure. Ho, ho, and a bottle of rum. Same movie. Starring Wallace Beery, who had come in to buy bullets from Forrest, and Forrest wouldn't sell Long John Silver any bullets. That's pretty spectacular, you know. And I've been saying all along when Forrest said Beery before, it was Beery, and Beery is Beery. He spells it correct in here. One time Wallace Beery came in. He was famous movie star who I recognized, and the uncle of Noah Beery Jr., who was more famous in the movie. But at the end of the paragraph, he spells his name Berry. He intentionally, I'll show it to you. Here it says, so in 1938, it was in the 40s I worked at the market. One time Wallace Beery came in. He was a famous movie star who I recognized, and the uncle of Noah Beery. So here, notice he spells Beery. Beery. He knows what his name is. And here it's Beery. Mr. Beery cooled off. I guess he didn't like the odds of the choice of weapons. He couldn't have any bullets, and Skippy had a broomstick. So, yeah, Wallace Beery is Long John Silver. And what's the Long John Silver movie? Let's find another clip here. There's the 12-year-old kid.
There's no doubt about it, Jim.
There's Wallace Beery. And Hawkins is the 12-year-old kid. can't get the. I don't know why the color and all that comes out.
You'll call me Purity.
This screen isn't good for doing this.
Bless.
So,
Sweetest child I've ever seen.
bless him. He's the sweetest child I ever seen.
Right now.
Oh, come on. Turn off. Turn off. Turn off.
Look, Long John, I'm a bride. Aye. Now the Reverend will
This thing is slow. You tap the button, wait 5 seconds for it to respawn.
You don't dare show your face on the street.
And right now it's
Shiver my timbers.
it won't stop playing. There. Freaking thing. Okay. Yeah. I want to get some music going. I can do that now. This tablet, I activated it with Verizon and stuff. And then I'm like, man, I wish I didn't spend that extra money with Verizon because this tablet's a piece of shit too. Everything, you got to wait 2 minutes. You don't, you know. So let's see what else. Where's my I know I got a music player on here. I ain't got a music player. Play music. Yeah, it's Wallace Beery, Long John Silver. 15 men in a dead man's chest. He talks about Captain Kidd, and I've been telling you his father was trying to find a substitute. His father's the main subject of the epilogue, the end of the book. Oh. Stupid computers. No, my music, stupid thing. Boom, 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 boom. Music for where you are. No thanks. Go away. Stop. Why do they? Hey, you want to try this? I'm trying to get something done, you stupid freaking machine. You know? No, my music. Music library, there. Oh, and I ain't got nothing on here. Oh. Oh, maybe I do. I do. It was fooling me. It was fooling me. I'll get some music going here. We're gonna do we're gonna play some of my friends' music. What's the name? I can't remember the name of the band now. Oh yeah, Q's famous. You know, there's a lot of parallels with the treasure hunt and the political world. There we go. Boom. Okay. So I'm not gonna get knocked for this music, and it's not YouTube music.
Looking free. And here I am, feeling so weak. I'm gonna shout, hell yeah.
And this guy playing this music, Rocky DeAndrea, He was a good friend of mine, you know, and he sent me his CDs and all that, and I did a live video playing his music, you know, lip syncing it and stuff, and he enjoyed that, whatever. But I was wondering what happened to why I ain't got a message from him for a while, and I think I might have known it, but or when it happened, but he had died last year, early last year, March, about a year ago, and so yeah, he's so there's no you know, you're not gonna get, I won't get any copyright strikes because he's dead, and he was okay with me playing his music. I promoted him. I sent some of his music to some TV stations and stuff, and I think that they may have contacted him because I sent it to him, and so. But so. And yeah, Wallace Beery, if you read Scrapbook 253. Yeah, I have another dead friend, the guy that I did one search over by, it was up by Browns Canyon and stuff. And the guy, he was a blues singer. He was an old guy and drank a lot. I'm sure alcohol got him. What's with his hair? What? I'm not Dennis the Menace. But I had to do, when I seen this new scrapbook and he's talking about Wallace Beery, that's Wallace Beery is the clue in here. And Treasure Island. If those be his eyes and that be his nose, why his nose to his toes points the way to the treasure. And it isn't about Captain Kidd, it's about Long John Silver. And both of those movies, it's a pirate and a young boy. There's a young boy in both movies, you know. And Forrest talks about when he was 12. Think about when he was 12. Now this song is he recorded this song like a month or two before 9/11. And it's we fight the evil ones in our head. And I don't know which way I should go. I just don't know what words I say. I want to live free from fear. And that's what everybody's living in fear right now, right? Staying home. I don't go out and get the virus and die. Bunch of chicken shits. Get out of the house. It was a big fake thing. How many people you know died from it? I know a couple people that got it. I don't know anybody that died from it. I saw my world crumble around me. I left myself to rise above it all. The quarter bone. Where is it? Quarter bone. The quarter bones. Yeah, Rocky died last year. And his birthday was right. I get along real good with people whose birthday's right near mine. Yeah. Quest is in the yeah. Quest is where? Yeah. Rocky was a cool guy. He looked like a pirate too. I know a couple of people look like a Big Whoopi looks like a pirate. Big Whoopi watching. He's not here. I have another one of his albums that I haven't converted to MP3 yet, so that I can put it on the tablet. It's still on a CD, and my computer doesn't have a CD. I got to use my other old computer, my XP computer, to convert it to MP3. I want to sing this song for you. I'll cry on my time. Should I get no shine? Buttons on this tablet are terrible. It's an ellipsis. Mirror, those are for magnets. I thought I had more of his music on here. So, or bones. And are the 22? Okay. Now, Wallace wanted to buy some 22 caliber bullets. Forrest was born on the 22nd, and something about Forrest's birthday is when I got my Oregon driver's license in 2007. I got it on Forrest Fenn's birthday. So Forrest Fenn's birthday was on my driver's license from Oregon. That's like, wow. Out of 365 days, how did his birthday get on my driver's license? Well, it was, August 22nd, 2007. I think does that make him a Leo or a Virgo or something like that? I know Leo's early August, late July and early August. Cusp. He's right in right where it's switching. I know I've had some girlfriends that were Virgos and Scorpios. Those are dangerous women. You got to watch out for the Virgos and Scorpios. Yeah, Forrest is Leo. Because Aries, I'm an Aries, and Forrest, Aries and Leos get along well. Aries, Leos, Sagittarius, we all get along well. Mother Earth is this song. The sea is spilling over with disease, washing up onto the shore. Drawings on the walls, the drawings on the walls. Forrest Fenn's stories are on the Canaan walls. That's all there is to that. Yeah, people won't catch that about Beery, Beery versus Berry, and he intentionally did that because he spelled his name correctly twice, and then went and spelled it as Barry. But 22, he wanted to buy some 22 caliber bullets, and Forrest went and sell them to him. He's not going to give him his 22s. He had to have coupons that he didn't have. And he says those were the good old days. And right now he's singing Live for the Day. Yes, Beery. Yeah, Beery. Beer white. Yes, please. A catch 22. Yeah. He didn't have the coupon, so he couldn't get the bullets. And what's Long John Silver going to do if you don't sell him bullets? He's going to club you on the head and throw you in the hole with the treasure. Beer me. Beer me. I almost bought some beer yesterday when I went to the grocery store. I should have filled my teacup. I tell you what, I'm going to turn this up for a second, and I'm going to fill my teacup. I'm going to fill my teacup, and I'll be right back. Enjoy this song. I don't know how much longer it has. And I got my Forrest Fenn shirt. Stand up. Hey. Going down the rabbit hole. Harvey the Rabbit wearing the bracelet that Forrest Fenn got from Harvey. It's on the deck of the Forrest Fenn playing cards too. Good for the day. I don't know how loud that is for you guys. Put it down lower. Beery you? No, it's Double Blazes you University. Yeah. And Double Blazes University went right along with the Omegas because the U for university is an upside down Omega. Oh, yeah. And so I went and got what I do. I had to go get propane today. So I got propane, and then I went to Domino's and got a pizza, 5 toppings, large pizza, $9.99. Oh, and so I come home and I couldn't finish the last 2 pieces, you know. And of course, yeah, it's too much pizza for one guy to eat. And I took a nap, and I got woke up, the box going on the floor, and Jack got the last 2 slices. And I got the reason I had to go get propane today was I was there just after 6 o'clock and was too late to get it yesterday. And so I had to go back into town. So I got the propane and went and got the pizza. But I had done my shopping yesterday, and my shopping list was mouse traps, and I got a live trap because Jack broke the last one. So I know when I take the mouse outside and the mouse won't come out of the trap. You got to leave it out there, and he'll come out when nobody's around. So, but I had to take it over to my shed and let him out in the shed over there where the Buffalo Cowboys car is. And I put it up there where Jack can't break the trap. And but anyhow, I got the sticky traps too. I got 3 boxes that have 4 stickies in each of them, pads, and I put them under the underneath the overhang of the kitchen counters, cabinets, underneath there. And the one that was stuck way up in there, of course, Jack got his foot, and he's help me. He stepped on the sticky trap. So I did catch one big rat with it. And maybe they'll open up the hair places and go get a haircut. Needed a big. Hey, Whoopi. I was showing him about. Hey, Jack. And Jack was outside. Just before I started the video, he was scratching at the door. And I go over there and open the door. And there's no dog in sight. You know? He plays that doorbell ditch thing. He scratches at the door. I go there. And he's not there. Tripping away. I don't know what tripping away is supposed to mean. I'm looking for the next band that's up is I can't remember their name now. Jack's tricky. I don't know what was Jack. My son took him to an obedience school. I don't know what that obedience school was doing, but I just grabbed my BB gun to shoot mice. I don't shoot, and he's scared shitless of the BB gun. I don't know. He's looking at me like, "Are you going to kill a mouse again?" Or I don't know why Jack's afraid of it. Oh, there we go. Do. Away. There we go. Maybe he got hit once. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of obedience places do that kind of stuff, and that's not how it, because I'm nice to the dog. I don't ever harm him. I don't want him to be afraid of me or anything. That dog loves me. Yeah. There ain't nothing. Nobody. Jack doesn't have any contact with other dogs or other people. I met with BB. Yeah. No, he hasn't. Not by me. And I don't think my kid has a BB gun. I don't know if the trainer he took him to had one. I don't know. Who knows what people might use to motivate a dog. I know he's had shot collars. I've never had to use the shot. All you got to do, I've only had to use the beep thing because he knows after the beep is the shock. Yeah, I got one hit by a pump BB gun like this one I got. The guy had pumped it 3 times, and I was hanging from a branch in a tree, and this guy shot from the window of his house, shot me in the ass with it. Man, that thing stung. Left a red welt. And then yeah, I'd probably be out there by Friday. I gotta go pick up some mail and get my my tags for my car are sitting at my son's. I gotta go pick it up. Works every time. Yeah. Yeah. I think Forrest knew B.B. Rebozo, right? It was one of Nixon's people. Let's see if this is. One thing when you got dentures and you take a bite of hot pizza, it doesn't burn the roof of your mouth. All by myself. All by myself. This guy was cool. This guy is Steve Miller, and the guy on the saxophone is a cousin of mine, right? So we got the same last name. But Steve would play. He'd play piano and the harmonica, and he does the singing. He was in Cocoa Beach. He played at Coconuts in Cocoa Beach and different bars. Another fun all by myself. Going alone all by myself. Going alone, right? My boys have been I don't be singing. Make noise and bring attention. Yeah. Yeah, the BB gun's nice and quiet. It's not like when I went and shot my pistol at the tablet and Jack runs off a quarter mile and comes back 20 minutes later. Fly like an eagle. Yeah, no, this is a different Steve Miller. And I think he was younger than the others, but this Steve Miller, he was a alcohol abuser. But he does some killer blues. He's a white guy too. But he died back in 2002, 2003. Yeah, he died in 2003 or so. He used to play at the bar that I could walk down the street to. There's a lot of retired musicians out in Florida. Your mother's bad luck, child. Yeah. EA, haha. EA. Or is EA?
She said you were having a good time now. You'll be in trouble.
I don't see no EA. I think the SBs
I went to see a gypsy woman.
are getting things off his chest. Yeah, well, here he mentions Wallace Beery, and Beery's about the treasure. He has a treasure, buried a treasure chest. His 12-year-old boy with him, you know, and it was a 1931 movie, I think, a year after Forrest was born. But Forrest says
you be in trouble after a while.
Wallace Beery came in. He was a famous movie star who I recognized, and the uncle of Noah Beery Jr., who was more famous in the movie. He's trying to say that his nephew was more famous, yet Wallace Beery was in the Long John Silver movie, the first original Long John Silver movie, not the one in the 50s, the one in the early 30s. And so Forrest even had met Wallace Beery. He met Long John Silver. And so why is he talking about Captain Kidd? Because Captain Kidd is a subtle hint to Long John Silver. I'm going to eat at Long John Silver's tomorrow. Yeah, I ate there yesterday, I think. No, but I had the tacos. Yeah. Here the Taco Bell and Long John Silver's are one. It's one thing. I ordered a taco meal that got the chalupa box. Yeah, I think there are really.
Yes, I went back to the house.
Yeah, there are clues in the scrapbook, and people were saying, well, when the book came out, there weren't all these scrapbooks. Yes, there were. There were many of them on because the book came out, and Forrest tells people these old Santa Fe trading company, and he's trying to sell his. He's selling his books and maybe some artifacts on there. If he's old Santa Fe Trading Company, he's not just a book dealer. Yeah, I remember the last real good fish tacos I had in Cocoa Beach. Okay. So, your mama's bad luck, child. I don't think I've read 91 scrapbook. Well, there are clues in the scrapbook. Even Here's Moses was a scrapbook before it was in Once Upon a While, and when he put out The Thrill of the Chase, Too Far to Walk, and then what's the next book? Once Upon a While. Once Upon a While. It is a tale of something from the past. Once upon a while, in other words, it's post treasure hunt. It was solved when Once Upon a While came out, and yeah, it came out after I found the Buffalo Cowboy car. So, and that to me is Braving in the Wood. Also, Moses is Braving in the Wood because that was a brave piece of wood that Leo Salazar carved for Forrest. Yeah. We did a weekend down in Marco Island. Had a girlfriend, and her sister's boyfriend was an Orlando detective, and we went down to Marco Island. And it's like, you guys, you can smoke your pot in the bathroom, but I don't want to. I don't just so I don't see it. That's how it is when you hang out with cops. Yeah, I know. That's why Toby's totally clueless. No imagination. He wants to rule everything out. He doesn't want to include this, don't want to include that. And if you're limiting your resources, your imagination's going to be even more limited. And believe me, Toby has a limited imagination. And he's not as intelligent as his job. He worked for the National Security Agency, NSA, as an intelligence analyst because that made him sound like he was a smart person. That's what stupid people do. They accumulate titles that prop them up higher than they really are. Yeah, some people don't have a bridge between the two sides of the brain. I said Einstein had extra lobes, right in here in his. He had an extra lobes in his brain that are very rare. And it's like I've got CAT scans. I got those extra lobes, so yeah, I qualify. I have to wet my hair. Keep it from sticking up. Somebody else is streaming. I said cows on Mondays. This is Tuesday. I get that Dennis the Menace thing to sit down back there. There. No, I don't think I shaved today. Yeah, it's kind of bristly. Well, yeah. Toby ain't got a clue, and he doesn't think anybody else does too. Yeah. A lot of them think that it's already been solved. Sasha thinks it's been solved. I was just watching this other guy. He thinks he's solved it, but it's like, yeah. What do you got? You got a Buffalo Cowboy car? You got the teacher waking up at his desk? You got a mammoth with a Clovis point in its ribs? Do you have his pile of airplanes? Do you have a Buffalo Cowboy car? Have you found the gypsies on the canyon wall? Have you found Moses? Well, here's Moses. That's where Moses received the 10 Commandments. I know where Moses received the 10 Commandments because I found Moses. And the Moses I found was the model for Forrest Fenn's wooden Moses. And nobody, a lot of people, but I just have too many pieces of the puzzle for somebody to tell me I'm full of shit. They don't know shit. Yeah, Candy was on earlier. Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of. Candy's a good friend of Janet Landgard. And Janet Landgard had me waste my time. I drove all. Oh, come down and see me in Corpus Christi. All the way down there and shit. And then it was like, who am I here to visit, man? We went to Thanksgiving dinner at some guy. I don't know if she knew some guy that knew some guy or whatever. We went to his house for Thanksgiving dinner. We were getting drunk. I was telling the guy about the ancient archaeology stuff I found. He was interested in that. And it's just talk or nothing. I'm not interested in men at all. It's a, guys are interested in ancient stuff and the cars, and we talk about that stuff and all that. And women, it's all about, I don't know, it's all about competition with other women and who, whatever. I don't know if she was jealous of me or what, but she got drunk and copped an attitude, and it was very nasty to me that evening. But anyhow, on the way back over to her place, she's driving her Jeep, and we stopped Circle K. She went in and bought a case of beer, and she come out and got in her Jeep and popped it in reverse, and boom, backed right up. There's a U-shaped thing that guards gas pumps at the Circle K. She backed right into that thing and bent the hell out of her rear end of her Jeep, and then drove off. And I later on found out she didn't even have a driver's license. Couldn't get her driver's because she didn't have a picture ID to prove who she was to get her birth certificate, and couldn't get her driver's license because she didn't have her birth certificate. I mean, they make the laws all, but if you just came up here from Mexico, we'll give you a driver's license. EA. He knows that the possibilities of something really different and happening are greater than they are not, therefore he's going nowhere. I know you know I know who I am. And who are you? Yeah. I am. What are you?
But you gotta love me every night and every day.
Gotta love me every night and every day. He sings a lot of love songs. If you need some temptation, a little sensation, I'll bring it to you. Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta go to I got an appointment tomorrow morning with my neurologist. He's gonna do the nerve conduction test. Beery. Is Beery? Somebody's drinking that 6-pack. I gotta go get that 6-pack. Do I really have to drink the 6-pack, Forrest? BDC. Okay, there's BDC. Search for the Fanatic Brown Trout coffee mug. Or Fanatic Brown Trout mug, I think is what this is. It's got some tea drops on, dried that side. This is the side I drink from. That's where it spills down the side.
I know I can make you feel real good.
If you think to be different, man, that went fast. I think of myself, man, I must go. Who you think I am? But before you answer that, you must ask your, I guess, self, am I? Truism lies with the realization that you know nothing. True wisdom is living with the realization that I figured out Forrest Fenn's thing, and nobody else can see. They can't see his pile of airplanes. They can't see the teacher waking him up at his desk. They can't see Thoth on the side of the mountain. They can't see the mammoth with the Clovis point in its ribs. All these things are out there in nature. I found them. And these people that don't have all these things, their only thing is, oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And I've challenged anybody that says, I don't know what I'm talking about, to show me one piece of real evidence that they have found anything to do with Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. It's right on a box of Wheaties. What? Sam I am. It's old Dr. Seuss. It comes from Dr. Seuss. Somebody else played on that. I got to get to bed earlier tonight so I can make that doctor appointment at 11:30. And I did go searching yesterday. I got more pictures of stuff. Made some art from it. You think that you are the one, huh? Did Forrest give you that tap on the shoulder or what? When I went to the Once Upon a While book signing, I was just standing there and I feel on my shoulder. I turn around, it's Forrest. He says, "How you doing?" You know? And then Davio brings up the thing about the rockfish. Person that posted his rockfish. I shared it with Joe. I took a screenshot of the rockfish comment. Copy that. I gotta put it in here. Paste it, and then I zoom in. And so Davio had a message on his video from someone identifying as with the YouTube user Rockfish. And Rockfish says, it was supposed to be fun, perhaps. Some get pleasure at seeing others suffer at varying degrees. And what he's talking about is these big bloggers, you know, they're laughing at me. They laugh at Davio. Oh, hey, that guy's, he's just in the head. He's crazy in the head. So they're getting pleasure at the expense of watching other people, you know, making fun of other people and shit. And you know what? I'd say when somebody throws shit at me, I pick it up and I throw it back at them. You're not getting away with it. I'm gonna call you out if you throw shit at me. Yeah, they're after the low-hanging fruit. Yeah, none of them are at the top of the tree or the top of the food chain. I got a message in a scrap scroll. I asked Forrest how to flip over a snag, and he told me nascent and to come along. What is that? Nonsense. I don't know what nascent. I don't think I've ever heard that word before. I'd have to look it up. So this guy Rockfish, it was supposed to be fun, perhaps. Some get pleasure at seeing others at varying degrees. And here's where the message from Rockfish, this could be Forrest. The elephants race on by as the ants get smashed or go up in the fiery blaze from a focus light of magnification. They're a focus light, looking closely in tight focus. Maybe that's what he's talking about there. And then he has the magnifying glass, ants, a fire, and then two elephants. And we all know who the elephant in the chase is. There's only one elephant in the chase. If they're talking about elephants, they're talking about this guy, okay? When Forrest Fenn talks about elephants running by, he's talking about this guy. How stupid do you gotta be to not see that? I was the elephant before Forrest said they were stepping on the ants. Watching me run by, you dumb fuckers. Yeah. You can't see the elephant in the room when it's staring at you. Yeah, rockfish, pan fried, or catfish. Look what that hat did to my hair. There's my brush. I bet I could do that. I was thinking with this other my plague doctor mask, I could take some old seeing the eye sockets. I think I could take some lenses from some Dollar Tree reading glasses and pop them in there so that I can read with that on. Baked potato, baked. Why does no? There's no C in baked potato. There's no C in baked potato. You said back potato. No, Forrest Fenn might have caught some catfish down there in that creek they jumped in off the bridge, and when he jumped off you jump off the bridge at night, you can't see did he hit the bottom? Blueberry, yeah, Bluebeard, Bluebeard or Blackbeard and Long John Silver. Yeah, I'm not very high yet. Psychopaths are amusing. You see people who like Davio, and daydream. I was a daydreamer in school. When I was in third grade, I was sent to the school psychologist, and they had me looking at the ink blot. They did the ink blot test on me when I was in third grade. I was sent to the school psychologist for daydreaming in class, looking out the window, what's going on out, I'm not learning anything here. And my third grade teacher, Mrs. Barrage, that's one teacher, the one that makes you remember she was a bitch. You remember that bitch teacher. He didn't know what a bitch was. I didn't know what a bitch was in third grade, but she was a bitch. She screwed me up on math and everything. There was a girl, Melinda Jambruno. She was a fat girl in class. And she asked if she could go to the bathroom. She had to go to the bathroom, and Mrs. Barrage wouldn't let her go to the bathroom. And she sat there and peed at her desk, peed in her dress at her desk, and Mrs. Barrage was a bitch for doing that. But anyhow, it turned out this girl, Melinda Jambruno, was in my third grade class. I had a girlfriend when I was like 19 and stuff. And now and I was going up to Chico every weekend to see that girlfriend. She was going to Chico State. And she ended up marrying that girl that peed her pants in my third grade class. So they both probably got, they get that big and it's like, a lot of guys don't. You gotta enjoy sex, and if it's that big, you're not enjoying it. You're like, oh, this is torture. This is torture. No. and I don't start a relationship with somebody that I don't want to continue. If it's like, no, I'm not interested, then I'm not interested. You know, I I'm not out to just get, you know, it's not about just get, it's only get laid with somebody that you want to keep doing that for ongoing as into time. Not I'm not looking for no one night stands. I'm looking for long-term stuff. And if it's somebody I'm not interested in a long-term relationship with, there ain't gonna be nothing happening. There ain't been nothing happening in 10 years either. So the selection has been very poor. And very little show any interest at all. So, you know, there was another searcher, and I was suggesting, hey, you know, if you like, you know, you can, you know, get away from all them people that you have all this trouble with at home, and we can go traveling around in my RV. Oh, I get my own RV. It's like, okay, there's never going to be a relationship here. Boom, goodbye. You know, if you need your own RV, then you're not interested in me, that's for sure. If you got a better RV than me and we can travel in yours, that's fine, you know? Or there's a woman maybe with a house or something, a place to park my RV, that works too, you know? And then we take it in the summer and go treasure hunting and whatever. But there's some coyotes come by here, Jack. I think they're going to be blue-eyed coyotes because Jack's out. Yeah, I think he's knocked up a couple coyotes. Yeah, I go into town. After this summer, I plan on traveling around some more in my RV. I had thought of going to Florida and stuff, but now I disowned my brother, and I had one of my brothers. I disowned him back in 2009 because him and his I was an asshole because I didn't like Obama. So I was an asshole. And he turned his whole family against me. My nephew, who was working for Social Security, was threatening my Social Security and stuff. And I'm not, you know, boom, I cut off that whole family. My little brother's family. And my other brother, I could barely handle him because he's always killing my nose go straight. He's so racist. He's always end this and end that and then ending Jews and, you know, whatever. He doesn't shut up about it. And I said, well, you live in Jacksonville. You can't complain about it if you live in the nest. You know, if you don't like them, get the hell out of there. So if there's anything I can do for you, or more to the point, you just let me know. Okay, well, what was the? I didn't see. Panaflex. I'll have to look up that Real Genius movie. Testify. Yeah. So anyhow, my brother. So my sister's got my dad's old 65 Ford truck with a camper on it, and she's out there visiting my brother. She had the engine blew up on her in Sacramento about 4 months ago, and she had new she had it rebuilt, and I tried telling her that engine's been rebuilt 4 times. You can't keep rebuilding them. They don't last, right? And what 4 months later, she's in Florida and couldn't get it started. The engine wouldn't turn over, and she put a new starter on it, still wouldn't turn, and found out that the engine had seized up, the one that she just bought 4 months earlier, and stuff. And so she's at my brother's. She's ticked off because she ain't got no transportation now, whatever. And I told him that the VA was getting me oxygen for sleeping at night and stuff. And she got all jealous and pushed out of shape. You don't deserve the VA benefits. Anybody else say thank you for your service? And I tell you what, bitch, you don't determine if I get my VA benefits. The VA does. So, and I qualified for my benefits, and that's the only reason I get my benefits. So shut the fuck up, bitch. Well, and my brother was agreeing with her, and I said, screw you people. I hung up on him and blocked them. You know, I have a health issue, and I'm getting some help with it, and I haven't gotten they still haven't got me the oxygen. It was ordered 2 months ago. You know, it was 2.5 weeks ago. They were supposed to be bringing me some, and I don't have a generator that's reliable. My generator, the electricity on, off, and the thing's running, but it's not putting out any electricity, you know? And then it'll come on for a while, then off, and I can't get my computer charged, and it's a pain. And so I can't run an oxygen concentrator unless I have a reliable generator. And I've researched the generators now, and the inverter generators are the good ones. They get you constant pure sine wave and all that stuff. It makes DC, and then it has a DC generator on it, and then it inverts that to AC, which it doesn't have the surge in power that an AC generator has. You want to generate the DC and then convert it to AC, and it was brilliant what they did. And so I'm looking at a 4,000 watt inverter generator that will run the oxygen concentrator, and in the winter we'll run the heaters in here. So I'm going to get, like, I have one oil filled radiator, 700 watt. I'll get 3 more of them, and have one in the front, one in the bedroom, maybe one in the bathroom. That might keep the toilet thawed out in the winter. But so I can run all those with the 4,000 watt generator and the concentrator. So 4 700s is 2,800 watts, and really it's a 4,000 watt generator is really like 3,500. So that leaves me 700 watts to charge the computer and run the TV or whatever. Generator. Yeah. A spice generator. I wonder. Oh, did I put that in there? I don't know. I got another memory card with other music on it. I'm wondering when Steve Miller music's going to run out. The screen went black on that, and that's good because it's charging. That tablet has trouble charging the battery. Yeah, that's the other thing. The tablet, it likes to use the battery while it's plugged in. And I didn't finish about rockfish. So rockfish, the elephants race by as the ants get smashed or go up in a fiery blaze from the focus light of magnification. An elephant is a magnified ant. Focus light of magnification. Okay. Because the elephant is so bright. The elephant's so bright. It sends the ants. It puts the ants in a fiery blaze. Yeah, they got it so wrong, and they're being shown up so badly. Capitalism at its finest. I don't only capital I see is the T on the elephants. Some wish to live on the edge. Poker is fine and all of that, but chess is the game of kings. And Thoth, the Thoth figure I found, he's a king. Anubis, he's basically a king. He's a god. These are gods. Gods are kings, you know. Isis is a queen. Here we got two kings of Enki. He's a king. So I got three kings, a queen, and Forrest Fenn is the Joker. He's pulling a joke on you. He wanted somebody to go out and find his trove of memories on the canyon walls. That's why he left. Those are his treasures. His treasures. The treasure chest isn't his treasures. It's something that, you know, he covets. And when he covets something, that means it's his. And he said that it's mine until I die. He's taking it with him. He told Florent, I'm taking it with me. You can't have it. I'm taking that with me. You can't have the treasure chest. All the way to the end of his life, it's his. You can't have it until he's passed away. That's why the word will is in the poem twice. There will be no paddle up your creek. The word will is hidden in there. It's tucked in the word there. And the word will is stuffed under there with a little apostrophe there, you know. Apostrophe LL, which could maybe their bill. Someone said that might be shall. It's like, if you're going to discount it because you think it might be shall, you might need to see a shrink, because it's more than likely the word will. If you're using the word shall, it's because you're afraid to use the word will. If he's using the word Beery, it's because he didn't want to say the word Beery. If he's saying Captain Kidd, it's because he didn't want to say Long John Silver. These are subtle hints, something like this. That's not exactly what he says, but similar. That's what a subtle hint is. A subtle thing is something similar. This has some of the same aspects as that has. That's what subtle is. It's like you got a green Camaro and you got a green Mustang. The similarities are they're both sports cars. They're both green. That's a subtle hint, you know. And green is a forest color too, you know. But that's why if I get the treasure, and my dream car is going to be green with gold leaf flames on it. and then clear on top of it. Cyclops. I've been hanging out. Produce. I just watched a thing about Cyclops by was it Robert Spear. He's an anthropologist. Ladies do love cues. Yeah, J.A. I had a friend that told me how his wife divorced him over a cucumber. He taught him never bring a cucumber to bed. What's it? Onan put on? Oh, the Onan's 5,000 watts in it. Pumps gas right out of the tank of the RV. But the timing thing in the middle, and it's so delicate that the timing thing with the magnet, it's like a circle with two arms and a magnet at the end, and when the magnet comes by the sensor, it fires a spark. So a mouse gets inside there, the thing goes around, spins, breaks one of them off, and you're running on one cylinder. And then, but you gotta have, I watched the video on it, and it's got to practically go to a Cummings dealer who has all the special tools for separating the generator. You got to push pins and alignments, and I had it part way apart, and I couldn't separate the generator from the engine, and so I figure I'm going to glue magnets onto the fan wheel that's in there, and I got to change those out so that they're both the same kind of magnet. I think one of the magnets is too strong, and so it's firing too early on one of them. Will you go? She said. I said yes. Not 1 minute, not late. Not 1 minute early. And she said, late. How will I know? You will know, she said. Well, Forrest writes in emojis. Would Forrest write an emoji? He might. Because there's a few in that. Because you can on YouTube. A lot of things you can't write. It's scrapbooks. It's kind of hard to write in emojis in the scrapbook. You got to know the codes. You can't just select them. And Dale would know how to. And exercise, perhaps, in the disguise. An exercise, perhaps, is this. Disguised is a treasure hunt of sorts. It's disguised as a treasure hunt, where the pure genius and other characteristics of one or many may be illuminated. This is like trying to find the new Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama, he's being reincarnated somewhere, and they go find this little kid. Oh, he's the Dalai Lama. He's come back in this life. Forrest is looking for somebody who can see what he's seen. And somebody who goes straight to it is somebody who's possibly him in a past life, and they've come back to gather the treasure. It was crazy stuff, man. Where do you think Forrest found this special spot? I've mentioned it many times. Leo Salazar showed it to him. Leo Salazar showed him, said, that's where Moses received the 10 Commandments. As he carved that brave piece of wood, or that wood didn't cry out or anything, as Leo took a knife to it and cut it up. The brave wood. Chess on the board in which the gods speak. Take it in the canyon, sweetie. It is a canyon. What's a canyon? It's got a cliff on each side. That's where I'm at. People don't see. It's in the canyon. Well, you don't know I'm talking about the canyon. These are the Moses is halfway up 1,000-foot karst. 1,000-foot karst is a cliff, and Moses is halfway up there, where it resembles the same subtly similar to where his plane erupted in a big fireball that he hoped would not attract unwanted attention. I think you need a 360 camera inside a Togo. Inside them eyeballs, see? Yeah, camera on each side, he'd be 360. That's from Jess Sheerhan and Cool Critters. Cool Critters Etsy. Google Cool Critters Etsy. You'll find she makes little like gerbils and not gerbils. What are those gremlins? Little gremlin things, and like the Star Trek tribbles, the little fuzzy stuffed animals and stuff. Will I am. I have no idea. Is I alone gone in there? Well, he goes alone in the shower, where he marvel gazes naked women in his granite tiles, or his marble they're marble tiles. That's why marvel gaze. And he said he spelled something wrong in the poem. It might have been the marvel instead of the marble. You know, maybe if he said marble gaze, people might have got it, that there are shapes in the marble. And so he said marvel gaze. And marvels are like the pyramids is a marvel. The 7 wonders of the world. Bold, yin, yang, golden child. Yeah, that's that same. He's trying to find. He said, is there another Indiana Jones out there like me? He's trying to find somebody who can see this stuff that he's seeing. Yeah. Well, my search area where I went yesterday, I went up there and I've got a few pictures of the rocks and stuff. And I was there one time, and this Amish couple had stopped to take a break, from driving or whatever. And I told them, I said, "You see the face on that rock?" And the guy, oh my, oh geez. It scared him. It actually scared him. It was so, real to him. And it was all, oh, those are dark spirits. No, that's how people did things way back 14,000 years ago. It's primitive. It's primitive religion. And they call it pagan. Pagan only means that there are multiple gods and not monotheistic. I'm a poem literalist. Do not confuse the great spirit dwells in your soul by reading from the book with knowledge of good and evil. It's light and dark, the blaze. If it starts 1,000 feet down, it ends 1,000 feet up. And that's where Moses is, 1,000 feet up. People believe in magic. Some of them have flash floods too. Some have flash, yeah. This valley used to be a lake. It was Lake Alamosa. And from where Moses is, if you go where from Moses, and Forrest is saying from where Moses that he crossed the Red Sea to Mount Sinai, and I think, man, you come out of where this is, and you cross that valley, and what's here is Mount Blanca right behind me. Mount Blanca's his Mount Sinai. Yeah, you got to think of his airplane crashing for a blaze. Halfway up 1,000-foot karst. Water high. Bathe her. My computer quit scrolling. I don't know why. And my tablet. Boom, boom, boom. And I want to go, boom. Oh, songs. Oh, how about folders? Okay, we'll go all the way down to the bottom. And nope. Unknown artists. We can't play those because it won't tell me who they are. There we go. That one will play. YouTube music. That sounds too Toby. Yeah. The joke bill is a special spot. It's taking. It is in the canyon. It is in the canyon. It is. Moses is in a canyon. He's halfway up the canyon wall. Oh my gosh. It's a big canyon. And I only blew the windows out once. Yeah. There are many blazes. It says in the back of the book, my father's busy lighting candles, some of them at both ends. He's describing double blaze. If you got a candle burning at both ends, do you have double blazes? Yes. Okay. Well, you start at a blaze, you end at a blaze. That's the candles burning, the big candle burning at both ends. But some of them are lit at both ends. So there's more than one candle lit at both ends. But there's a lot more of them that aren't lit at both ends because only some of them are lit at both ends, not most of them. So most of them are lit on one end, but some of them are lit on both ends. And that's more than one blaze. And when I showed Forrest Fenn, my Forrest Fenn's totem video, he said, so you found it, right? But there's 40 of them, right? And he told me the one stone was, oh, that's George Washington. He knows what I found. He knows where I'm searching. Do Catholics like candles? I don't know. I know it's Chinese. It's a Chinese alarm clock. You stick a candle in your butt and light it, and when it gets down to you and burns your ass, you wake up. Yeah, I'm sure Forrest likes the double blazes. He calls me Mr. Double Blazes. Somebody was on here giving me shit, saying Forrest doesn't like me and stuff, and that's not what people who know Forrest has told me. Miners like candles on both ends. Light one up here on their head, and light the one out the back door, huh? I'm not a miner. I'm over 18. Or I'm over 21. I think our in the dictionary, did they change the age of minors from under 21 to under 18? Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick, but it was lit at both ends. He caught his ass on fire. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a pail of water. Come down and put out Jack's candlestick. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Yeah. And Jack jumped over the candlestick. I thought they were getting a pail of water. Did they toss a coin into the wishing well? And where did the water halt? Where did the coin halt when he threw it in the wishing well? It halted at the bottom. If you start at the bottom, he started at the bottom, right? And he ended up at the top. Yeah, function by I guess that's in the New World Order. Yeah, Tony, my parrot. I'm very sure my parrot died from coronavirus that was sprayed in chemtrails from airplanes. They had poisoned us before they said, okay, now we want to test everybody and see how effective our spraying was. Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. Do, do. Do, 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 do. They know exactly what they're doing. Jack. I hadn't even finished reading that Rockfish. A reminder, warning, gentle tap, a pat on the back or more can be included in this puzzle riddle with mathematical formulas includes no solution, one solution, all solutions, as well as some solutions. So the people doing the math and the numbers and things. I got my kid sent me a message with a video my granddaughter did about aspen trees for a school project. And I think she's in kindergarten or first grade? I believe she's still in kindergarten. She's 5, so and she's making her own videos now. But it's for school. I can't show them here. Because if I get the treasure, people, be like the Limburg baby, It's called Ark of the Sun. And so that paragraph I just read, a reminder, a warning, a gentle tap, a pat on the back, or more can be included in this puzzle riddle, right? And that reminds me of when I went to the Once Upon a While book signing, and when the book was put out, and he had the signing down at Collected Works, and I'm standing there, and I feel somebody, I can't go tap on my shoulder, and I turn around and it's Forrest. Because most people are over there, hey, Forrest, tapping on his shoulder, right? And so Forrest goes, hey, you, and you read about the meanings of a tap on the shoulder and stuff. And here he's talking about a gentle tap. a pat on the back, you know, a tap on the shoulder. You've been chosen. It's, you know. And he tells Bill Sullivan that I'm good with an axe, which means, or good at swinging axes, something like that. But that all ties to the epilogue of the book, and the guy standing there with the axe, and all the tree stumps. He cleared the forest. He cut down. He got all the clues right, and the guy that cut through it, and you know, brings us to an end, the end of the book, an epilogue, epilogue, chopping down the trees, chopping down the end of the book. Okay. Formulas include a wise person would know when to quit as well as preserve. Only you can decide what is wise for yourself. Continue, shall you? Now, that's all like that could have come from Forrest. There's a lot of Rockfish might be J.A. Street using a different name too. Because he's using a lot of wisdom and there's a lot of coded messages, it seems, in that message. And I screenshotted it so I could have this information. And the info is God from alphas and omegas. Yeah, I found a lot of, even my Thoth figure is an alpha. The two legs are the alpha, you know, walking, the two legs walking is the alpha. And then the bird with the beak coming down and the wing coming down it's a sideways omega. It's the omega turned on its side. No, I thought, well, that sounds like some J. No, it could be Forrest or somebody else who's wise, somebody who knows about the elephant. You know, his brother and father were both WMF, and if you're making license plates after WMF, what's next? WMG. That's me. I'm the next click on the roll. Yeah, when they were making license plates. After WMF is WMG. And I'm William Michael Gorman. So, and even like my license plate, when I got the plates for my RV, the three numbers are my birth year, my birth month and year. The numbers on my plate. That might be one of the ones that I got to mention if I play that. Huh. Oh, the stupid battery on this tablet. And I have a brand new cable charging it. Oh, the fuck's out there. But even in the poem, there's 25 lowercase d's and not one uppercase D, because that's what they put on your report card, a D. And if he prayed for D's, the person who wins the treasure gets an A, right? And that's what the Buffalo Cowboys car is, a Model A that was in a D. How do you get an A out of a D? That's that Buffalo Cowboy car. Hey, hiccups. Yeah. My gosh, what was that? That was the monkey. Toto. You're Toto too, huh? In the Wizard of Oz. Uh, if you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease. Well, Dorothy, you had it with you all along. Just click your heels. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Ah, there's nothing like Fenn's treasure. There's nothing like Fenn's treasure. There's nothing like Fenn's treasure. You know, click your heels. And if you've been wise, you found the blaze with Moses and the Buffalo Cowboy car, because he tells you braving in the wood too, and there's Moses, somewhat Moses. He's brave and carved out of wood, and that wood was brave to let Leo Salazar carve it up with a knife, and that wood didn't complain at all. So that was brave wood. But the Buffalo Cowboys car is kind of a boom. It was there in the D Meadow. I took it with me. Out of that meadow, because I figured this way nobody else can claim they found it. They don't have it. I have it. I've come out of there and I go, what the hell is that? I got the video, finding Forrest Fenn's Buffalo Cowboy car, finding Skippy's car, or something like that. It's one of my videos. I found it, and I went and visited it like 3 times, and then I'm sitting back in my RV going, I got to take it. I got to go get it. I got to haul it out of there. And I dragged it out of there. It had some side panels that were like flopping and coming off, and I just snapped them off. Didn't even need tools. They were that loose. They just snapped off. And I left them in the rabbit hole of the D. That's the circle inside the bottom of the D. It's B. Turn around. It's upside down P though. But the center, the hole in the middle of the lowercase d, that little round hole, there's the D, and there's that rabbit hole in the D right in there. That's where I left them panels. And another searcher had found at least one of those. No, he wasn't. Leo Salazar, I don't know which one he would have been, but Leo Salazar died in 91. So Leo Salazar is, two can keep a secret if Leo Salazar is dead. And Leo Salazar is dead. He died in 91. He showed this to Forrest around the time Forrest had cancer, or before then, or whatever. And Leo Salazar died of unknown causes in 91. Forrest was dying from cancer, and he didn't die, and Leo Salazar died of unknown causes. Sometimes it makes you wonder, is Forrest Fenn really Leo Salazar? Did they look alike or something? We don't know what Leo Salazar looked like. I haven't been able to find a picture of Leo Salazar. But maybe I can find somebody related to Leo Salazar and ask about him. We are all in this. Can someone else pay my rent next month? Yeah, Trump's paying your rent next month. Don't worry about it. How much is your rent? Where you live? New York City? Back in 87, I had gone to visit a woman I met in California. I gave her a ride hitchhiking. She was going to see her brother who who was in a nursing home in a coma, and she had to get there before they closed, and I got her there before they closed and whatever. And then a couple of weeks later, Pan Am had $99 each way from San Francisco to New York, and I bought a round trip ticket for $200 and flew to New York City to visit her. And I slept on the couch, and she, oh, come see me. And I said, oh, okay, and I didn't expect me to really come see her. And then I got a boyfriend, and I was like, oh, great, because yeah, she was wow. She was stunning. She got a boyfriend. She's paying $2,000 a month, and that was in 1987. $2,000 a month for a room in an apartment in New York City. And you man, it's probably $5,000 a month for a freaking room now in New York City. It's crazy what people pay there. Yeah, but that's not going to make the landlords happy. No, they got, that's BS. The government say you don't have to pay. The government, that's like telling the landlord you don't own that house anymore. That's like the government taking possession of private property and stuff. That's a violation of the landlord's rights. Yeah. Because the last girlfriend I had, I know, she had tenants and stuff, and anytime they could, they try and take advantage of the landlord. I gotta get this fuzzy stuff trimmed up. I think that's a come on, light. There. Yeah, because you see, the landlord has to pay the mortgage on the stuff, and they're not unless they're getting to break, deferred mortgages and all that. They still got to pay that, and you're going to put the landlord out of their house, even. And a lot of times they're getting less for the rent than they're making for the mortgage payment. Yeah, and they're trying to iron that out still. They ain't got that cleared. The banks are thinking, well, after that 90 days, you got to pay all the back mortgages. Yeah, no. Yeah, they got to, it's all a big mess. What they got to do is say, okay, it's all deferred to the next 3. Yeah, we just had 3 months. However many months you miss, we're adding that on the end. That's all. You pay it later. I ain't got my stimulus yet. It's supposed to be in Wednesday. Oh, now it's Wednesday. It's still Tuesday night. So, yeah, tomorrow night. So another 2 days, I'll hopefully get my stimulus, and I can order that generator. But it'll still be a week before it gets here. So the little guy needs to get screwed first. Short change $500 for one child. How many you got? I think they had a limit. I heard one thing that you only get it for the first 3 kids or something. So you got 4 kids or something. because it might be that you only get it $500 a child up to 3 kids. Yeah, the reason they remember the last night stimulus before all the money went to the big banks and stuff. All right, have a good night, Whoopi. I'm about done here. I'm going to cut it before 2 hours. Well, I only have 2 boys. Oh, and yeah, and they're under 16. You should have gotten, yeah. Is one newer? It's whatever you claimed on your taxes. It should have been. Yeah, and I heard that the small business loans that they put up, they're like Harvard University went and cashed in on that, for millions of dollars. And the thing is for small businesses, and Harvard is not a small business. Yeah. And what they're going to do is they put this out, and they wanted to see what the big corporations were doing to steal the money from the small corporations, and they're going after them criminally for pretending that they're a small business when they're not. Yeah, we the people. Yeah, my ancestors are in a book called Scalp Hunters. They used to take scalps. And Robert Rogers, boy, that'd be something to find. Robert Rogers' coat. It's probably destroyed by now. But he had his coat. He left his coat after the battle on snowshoes, and he's said to have several Indian scalps in his coat when he left his coat. Sweet dreams. Okay, yep, sweet dreams. And pot belly needs a little more bread. You got a pot belly pig? I'm waiting a bit. Yeah, and I thought I'd be using this tablet to that I could. One reason I want to turn it on, I thought I'd be, I could do the Skype on there and put somebody on there and have them right here over my shoulder or something, and have a conversation, or but look, see all these, you're getting the phone reflecting and my computer over here. But this thing, it can't even hardly download and watch a YouTube video. How's it gonna Skype? No place for the geeks. Yeah, no place for the meek. It's a big bad wolf, Wolf Creek Pass. No place for the meek. There'll be no paddle up your creek. And if you seen Wolf Creek, and there's about probably 30 waterfalls going up Wolf Creek to get to the heavy loads, which are the ski lifts at the top. And the water high is Lake Alberta Reservoir. That's why he wanted Canada on the map, because Canada would have said Alberta, and Alberta Reservoir is water high. And Alberta means noble and bright. Well, that's a blaze, and it's at 10,200 feet. It's below the blaze. It's below 10,200 feet. It's below Alberta Reservoir. It's below the water high. It gives me 1,000 feet. So if that's the water high, and where warm waters halt is 1,000 feet deep, And so 1,000 feet below the water high, you see where I'm going there? So I'm looking at 9,200 feet. And I'll look on my map and I'll see if my elevation around my Moses it's around 9,200 feet. It's around 9,000 something. You see the reflection in my glasses, what I'm looking at on the computer? Get that off my screen. Oh my God, it is. My Moses is about 9,200 feet. Oh, wow. It's just more confirmation. And I got no bias. The bias is the people up in Yellowstone that have no imagination to see what I'm seeing, and they're unwilling to listen to what I have to say about my solution. So Moses is 9,200 feet, where warm water halts is 1,000 feet below the surface of the hot spring. It's the world's deepest hot spring, 1,000 feet deep. Pagosa Hot Springs. So if you found the water high, the end point is 1,000 feet lower than the water high at 10,200. So it's at 9,200 feet. And that's my Moses is 9,200 feet. So it's just the confirmations are extreme. Oh, I got something else to show you before I go. What I just no yeah. I you brought up Atlantis, and it reminded me of what I got in the mail yesterday. Yeah, Project X bias. The law should never assume others are not. Yeah, they do. They do. I'll be right back. 1 second here. Here's mine. And he brought up Atlantis. Let's see, where does it? It says Atlantis right here. There, you can, very Atlantis. It's an arch. Atlantis. This is my, it's Atlantis crystal. And it's full of silver. It's got a silver top on it. Now, I end up with the treasure. Was it a scheme? No, it wasn't a scheme. If you figure out my poem and you can find my memories on the canyon wall, then I give you title to the gold. And there will be a winner of his treasure. It wasn't a scheme or a scam or anything. You didn't figure out the puzzle. So yeah. You see, this is nice silver top. This camera doesn't focus too well. And that's a nice way. It's a 4x6. It's Atlantis crystal. No, and no, it doesn't have Coke in it. It has copper coins. Oop. Boop. That was a copper coin just fell out. Okay, I got to hold them in there. This is the silver dollar that I got at Fenn. I won this in the drawing at Fenn. They pulled my ticket out, and I got this 1881 Morgan silver. It's a lot like that's a copper. Nice thing about the copper, ounces of copper are a lot cheaper than the ounces of silver. But somebody had mentioned they had seen this one. Get this straight. It's got the Aztec calendar on there, and Aztec guy. Ooh. I gotta put this down here and break it. But yeah, I put all my my coinage in here. That sounds like Lawrence of Arabia, doesn't it? But yeah, it's a nice silver box. Well, it's crystal, glass crystal, lead crystal, whatever, and with a silver lid. And so I get Forrest Fenn's treasure. Maybe I'll hide this one. There's probably $500 or $600 of silver in there. That's my backup. If things fail, I got a little something to get something to stay alive a little longer. And I was doing some shipping today, shipping some art. Somebody bought one of my posters, but I got these others that are. Let's see here. These are Atlanteans. Far enough away? No. Yeah. That's a photograph. There's no art added to it. This is, and you don't see the elephant in the trunk coming down here. This is the elephant trunk. This guy here, and he looks almost Greek, and she's, see, there's a couple facing each other, and there's another figure in the red. You see the legs, and the arms, and the head, and so there's all kinds of things mixed in there. And there's this face. There's an eye, the nose, and the mouth, right here. It's a bear, and this is a rock that was covered up by soil and became exposed, and so it was preserved. The colors and the art and all have been preserved. This is paint done 14,000 years ago. And this is the formation that is Things I Covet. Things I Covet, and the Ben Stahl has, and he's got the portrait of the boy climbing up to kiss the girl. Here, the girl is climbing up to kiss the boy. And what you don't see, this is a mammoth eye, and the trunk goes across here, and the tusk goes, she's got her foot on the tusk, stepping on the tusk. Died woolly worms will dive as one. Yeah. And this is the, oh, great. Don't bend, that's all. Just no creases in the prints. This is the Mammoth Parade. It's the parade of mammoths. I got to see what I'm showing. See, so there's a mammoth. Here's the trunk coming down. The end of the. This is it's an elephant, right? There's another one here, and another one here, another one here, and the elephant. So I call it the mammoth parade because it's a parade of mammoths. Yeah, with a picture, look, the sun was smiling back at me. The sunset. That's God. What I got here? Oh, I didn't forgot. I had some of these. This one's really neat. He's frying this guy standing here. He's got his marshmallow out here over this fire as a blaze, roasting marshmallows. Yeah, it's one of my art things. Forgot I had some of these. These were some of the first ones I printed. But that's all we got of those. Oh. Almost sounded like some 80s thing they were playing there. Portfolio. I keep these all in got this when I was in photography class at University of Oregon. So I keep my stuff neat. That's little Anubis in the vortex. It was a scepter. And Anubis from Egypt, he's here. Some people, they refuse to believe it. Oh, that's too fantastic. We can't believe that. We don't believe anything Bill Gorman says. And what's that one? Oh yeah, that's what that one is. Yeah, this one's cool. See, because this guy here, these are his eyes, and he's looking up. He's got his princess in his hand. These are his fingers here. These are his fingers holding her legs. Here's her butt. Here's her head, and this is her headdress. But if we go further back, you might see it. This is the guy's face. He's looking at his princess here that he's holding in his hand. His fingers there holding her by the legs. It's very special. Live long and prosper. Yeah. I'm about done. I was going to end. I just come across a little more to show. I think in here, where is it? There was one I gave it away to somebody. They said they got posters for some art thing in here that they use for dividers. Instead of sending the place, well, we made a few mistakes. Instead of giving them to the person that ordered them, they use them for separators or, protectors for sheets of things for other people's orders. And I got my my Clovis Man poster. It's the same one that was in the other thing, but this is the AI version of it. I'm trying to get the glare to stop. There. It's the Mammoth Temples of Colorado in mushroom print. Clovis Man. So, and I sell my stuff, my prints, $20 a piece, $7 shipping. Sometimes I go down, they charge me $7 ship. Sometimes they charge me $4. And I don't know what kind of use. Genius Burger. Is that what that says? Genius Burger? Bye Genius Burger. I love the silver on here. I just wiped it off with a damp towel. I didn't really polish it, use any kind of polish or anything. But that's so neat. The inside's got felt in it. There's a hollow spot under here. I wonder if somebody could have hid some money underneath that. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, my coins are in the box. Yep. That's nice. That's for silver and copper. Yeah. There's my little treasure box. I might put it in a piece of Tupperware and bury it somewhere so nobody breaks in and steals it. There are much more valuable things in here. You should regularly attach a camera to Jack to see where he goes. Stream it live during the... Put a 360 camera on him. If you put it on, it would roll around under him. I don't know. Map. There's a map in there. In this. And when I was driving up to my search area yesterday, I seen the canyon that's in the poem, the one that's drawn in the poem, and I've shown you all that. I had a video on that. It's follow the dots. I follow the D''OTS. Follow the D's. The D's do a follow the dot with the D's that are in the poem. It draws some and trade around the outline of it. And right where the creek is right in the canyon in the drawing you make when you turn the poem on its side. That's why he's, like the cow tail tied to a stool. Cow flipped him over upside down. So you got to rotate things around. You see it differently like this than like this. This is different. It has a sort of crown down here. That's the crown is the top. That's how this is supposed to go. There's somebody. He's standing here holding the whole world on his shoulder. Big surprises this year from Forrest. I'll take it easy. I'm gonna see what everybody else is talking about on theirs tonight. If there's anybody interesting. Toby ain't got nothing. He doesn't even want to go to the, so you don't want to talk about the shapes and the shapes in the shower stall in Forrest Fenn's marble walls and Toby, that's too much information. We don't want to know about him naked in the shower. Afraid of the spirits in his tiles seeing him. And the one that afraid of God seeing him through the skylight. Okay, take it easy, J.A. Everybody else, breakdancing Cyclops, breakdancing, and Genius Burger. Surprised I can read that, huh? Okay, we'll see you.